Assalamualaikum and good day to Miss Azrina. Today, our group, which is Group 3, like to present about Pontianak Harum Sundal Malam. Pontianak Harum Sundal Malam, directed by Suhaimi Baba, is a Malaysian horror film that blends supernatural suspense with the riches of traditional Malay culture. It tells the story of Maryam, a beautiful dancer whose unjust death leads her to return as Pontianak, a vengeful spirit rooted in Malay folklore. Rather than relying on typical horror elements, the film stands out through its portrayal of spiritual beliefs, death rituals, and cultural practices such as Quranic recitations, incense burning, and traditional healing. These elements reflect the fusion of Islamic and pre-Islamic tradition still present in Malaysian society. Through its visual, music, and themes of betrayal, grief, and female suffering, the film becomes more than a ghost story. It is a cinematic reflection of Malay heritage and the tension between modernity and tradition. That's all for me. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum and hi. For comparison, real life cultural celebration version media portrayal, which is the 2000 Malaysian horror film Pontianak Harum Sundal Malam, blends traditional folklore with cinematic horror elements. Which, while the movie draws inspiration from Southeast Asian cultural belief about the Pontianak, which is a female vampire ghost in Malay mythology, its portrayal differs significantly from real-life cultural traditions surrounding these legends. Below is a comparison between authentic cultural practice and the film's dramatized representation. Real-life cultural belief, the Pontianak is a vengeful female spirit from Malay folklore. Its appearing beautiful transformed into a monstrous figure to prey on men, especially those who wrong women, but can be repelled by sharp objects, with some communities using rituals and offering to appease her and prevent disturbance. These customs are deeply rooted in Islamic belief system, intertwined with all the animistic tradition, and some typically handled with caution, privacy, and respect. Media portrayal in the film, the movie amplifies the Pontianak horrors through special effects like glowing eyes and grotesque transformation, adds a unique reincarnation of her storyline, and reimagines her as a tragic anti-heroine with a personal vendetta diverging from traditional portrayals of her as a indiscriminate predator.
Now, I would like to talk about analysis, which is how the commercial represent culture. In Pontianak Harum Sundal Malam 2004, traditional Malay culture is prominently represented through the character Maryam, who is portrayed as a skilled traditional dancer. One of the most cultural significant scenes in this film features is Tari Inai. Tari Inai is a ceremonial dance commonly performed during Malay weddings and royal events. The inclusion of Tari Inai is not merely for visual or aesthetic appeal, it carries deeper cultural meaning. The dance is performed with a great attention to detail, including traditional attire, live music, graceful hand move, and symbolic gesture. All of these reflect authentic Malay culture practices. Through this, the film emphasizes the importance of art, ritual, and heritage in Malay society. Now, I would like to talk about the second analysis, which is the villagers are shown engaging in shared activities, offering support during the time of grief, and at times participating in gossip or judgment. All of this reflect the social dynamic of real-life kampung communities. These scenes are accurately capture the collective mindset where individual action are often weighed against their impact on family and community reputation. This cultural trait is especially evident in how the characters react to Mariam's mysterious past and the supernatural event that follow her death. The kampung served not only as a physical backdrop but as a cultural symbol to emphasize harmony, belonging and moral expectation. That's
In Pontianak Harum Sundal Malam, the traditional Malay dance zapin plays an important role in showing the culture and heritage of Malay community. Zapin, which has Arabic and Islamic roots, is usually performed in community or formal event. In the film, it's not just for decoration, it is part of the story and show of the importance of tradition. The main character, Mariam, is a skilled dancer. Through her, the film shows the zapping is respected and meaningful, art passed down through generation. The graceful movement of zapping contrasts with the dark, scary part of the story, especially after Mariam became a ghost. This contrast adds emotional depth to the film by showing the loss of beauty and peace in her life.
Conclusion. The Malaysian media will have chosen Pontianak Harum Sundal Malam 2004 serves as a compelling example of how Malaysian cinema can entertain cultural heritage with modern storytelling by embedding traditional elements such as tari inai, dance, rural kampong life, and deeply rooted supernatural beliefs. The film reinforces cultural identity while also adapting it for contemporary audience. Rather than exploiting mythology for more spectacle, the film presents Malaysian traditions with authenticity and respect, which encourage viewers to reflect on the historical and emotional weight carried by these customs. However, like many movies, the film changed some parts of the original story to make it more dramatic, hence people will be attracted by it. For example, it adds special effects and shows Miriam the Pontianak as a sad and misunderstood character instead of just a scary ghost. These changes help make the story more interesting and emotional for modern audience. At the same time, they also give audience the wrong idea about the real traditional beliefs behind the Pontianak legend. Overall, the film keeps many parts of Malaysian culture alive while also adding innovative ideas to make the story more creative and spectacular. It shows that media like movies, commercials can help people appreciate different cultures more as long as it treats those cultures carefully and respectfully. Pontianak Harum Sundal Malam has done more than just tell a ghost story, but also encourage people to think about how crucial issues like women's roles, fairness, and the strength of community, all while respecting traditional values.